The more debt you have, the more we can help.
Call for your free CD now, 800-578-6279.
This works. Call the number.
Call now for your free CD, 800-578-6279. 800-578-6279.
Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As we're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
They have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty, and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today, it seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Originally, we the people have entrusted government to be the guardians of currency, to ensure purity, content, weights, and measures of gold and silver coins citizens would use for commerce. This reinstalled confidence after the demise of the fiat continental system, wisdom being lost with time. The government we once entrusted to protect from counterfeit has colluded with private business, creating the largest fiat counterfeiting scheme our country ever experienced. This is not only a transfer of power to an institution that is not accountable to our elected government, but has also caused the dollar to lose more than 90 cents of its original value. Now foreign governments are trying to divest themselves from this once world reserve currency. Hi, this is Ted Anderson. I'm offering a book that explains how the system works. Call me today at 800-686-2237. I will give you a silver dollar free just for purchasing the book. Call today at 800-686-2237. Again, that's 800-686-2237.
For the first time ever, the makers of Alpine Air Foods have approved an incredible sale with savings only available through Ready Made Resources. For a limited time, save 25% off all cases of freeze-dried foods by Alpine Air. Yes, 25% off on case lots only of Alpine Air Foods. Only available at ReadyMadeResources.com. Mix and match as much as you want to best suit your needs. But hurry, this 25% off sale on Alpine Air freeze-dried foods is only until January 30th and only from ReadyMadeResources.com. Quality Alpine Air freeze-dried foods have a 10-year shelf life and are easy to prepare. Just add water for great tasting snacks or meals. Remember, this sale on Alpine Air Foods only lasts through January 30th. Hurry, go to ReadyMadeResources.com or call toll-free 1-800-627-3809 and mention GCN to get 25% off per case of Alpine Air Foods with free shipping. That's 800-627-3809 or go to ReadyMadeResources.com. Hurry, sale ends January 30th at Ready Made Resources.
Filmmaker, researcher, son of Jesse Ventura, is the guy that woke his father up. We are excited to have him with us today, talking about the final episode of the first season of Conspiracy Theory with Jesse Ventura. The last show premieres tonight, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern on True TV. Getting more into tonight's episode, I mean, as much as you're allowed to tell the public, give people an idea of why they want to tune in tonight, Tyrell.
Tonight, because you're going to find out just how the government could prepare for potential disaster and leave you above ground. If any, I mean, that's kind of where we went with this episode. It was fascinating to dig in and see that in every emergency situation, and in all the government, in all their files and where they, and in their what's the word, the power structure, keeping the power structure in place takes priority to the citizenry. And it's very frightening to think about that. And that's what we get into this episode. And we also, uncover some massive underground facilities and other such places right underneath your nose. And it's a fun episode. Watching Jesse go bunker busting.
And we'll leave it at that. Believe me, I think this is one of the strongest episodes. What episode really is your favorite?
Like I said, probably 9/11, and global warming was interesting too, because I'd never, I always assumed that global warming was real. And like we say in the show, we're not debating the science of whether it's real or not. We just are debating the ideas that are being presented to help stop this problem. Are they really going to stop the problem, or are they just going to make the wealthy more wealthy and then make people rich?
Yeah, personally, my favorite episode is the global warming, because you just destroyed them. You have Ben Santer. Yeah. That made newspaper news that he admitted, the head of the UN program, that they took out 5 scientists who in the report said man is not causing global warming, and the UN knew that 10 years ago. On top of ClimateGate, that is as big as the emails.
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, the timing of that episode and what was going on in the world at that moment couldn't have been better. It was just one of those great moments in time where you're on top of a story as another facet of the story breaks. And I was very critical at first. Like, global warming, come on, guys, really? And then, as the more research we did, the more I was convinced that, there's definitely something sneaky going on there. And hopefully the more people you get talking about these issues, the more we can try to change it. That's the whole point of doing shows like this, get you talking, get you aware of what's going on around you, not just being spoon-fed, everything you see on television.
And when you see those...
I just want to say, I didn't really open my dad's eyes up to the world of conspiracy theory. He definitely did that when he took me to see the movie JFK when I was a little kid. And I was like 10, 11 years old. And so he definitely opened it up to that. I was able to kind of open his eyes up to the 9/11, because, like all of us were kind of shocked and had our head in the sand to a certain degree after that had happened. And at first he was real hesitant to buy in, but then I just kept saying, just watch the loose change, watch this. It raises enough questions that'll make you think about it. And then that kind of got him rolling on 9/11, and then opened up, really that got him rolling into creating this show to a certain extent, because it kind of opened his mind up to other the other conspiracies out there beyond just JFK.
Well, sure, Tyrell, but talking to your dad the last time he was down here in Austin with me for a few days, he said he knew about JFK, he knew about some of the things, but that you had brought him so many books and evidence and material, and then I'd given him material, and then all of that, that he went down to Mexico and spent months and months reading and watching it all and doing research, and then he really had this awakening, to a higher level of information. And then you guys had just gotten back from HARP in Alaska when I hooked up with you guys at the hotel there in L.A., and I was talking to your dad, and he said, Alex, my head's spinning. When I lay down at night, it's literally spinning and opening up, and that's the same process that all of us go through, even when we think we know what's going on, even when we think we're aware of the New World Order and the shadow government. It just gets more and more crazy, and this microcosm of the underground bases, how there's this giant archipelago of underground bases and continuity of government facilities that are even on record to exist. Imagine what we don't know exists, and the general public has no idea all this is going on beneath them.
I know, and they have no idea that most of their taxpayers is paying for all of it. Most of their tax money is paying for all of it. You want to know what you're buying, and they're taking your money to do all this and to run these regimes and to do this. Not to mention, the selling of drugs, not to mention the CIA selling of drugs in the cities, on the inner city streets and all of that. So, they're totally abusing you. It's no different than when the, feudal lords were abusing the serfs, back in the, 1300s, I think.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup, insurance, and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. Hi folks, this is Alex Jones, and I want to tell you about the Silver Lungs generator. Now you can produce pure and endless colloidal silver and deliver the solution directly into the bloodstream by breathing the solution through the lungs. The respiratory system is the first line of defense for airborne pathogens and viruses. The Silver Lungs generator infuses the respiratory system with your self-produced nano-silver solutions and also delivers the silver nanoparticles instantly into the bloodstream. With continued legislation threatening the sale of nano-silver products, you can now produce pure and endless colloidal silver with the Silver Lungs generator. Very easy to follow step-by-step instructions are provided.